America's Pop Culture Trivia Show.
Check it out.
America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. With Joe Parisi.
This is episode 51 of America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. How's it going? My name's Joe Parisi. The way we play on this show is I give you 3 very fast-paced rounds of pop culture trivia, 7 questions in each round with just 5 seconds between questions to think of the answers. So you gotta be quick. But this isn't just a play-along show. This is a learn something show. At the end of every round, after that 7th question, I'll go right back over everything I just asked and give you all of the answers. Now, today is a special episode. It is dedicated to teachers and all those who work in education and work at the schools. This episode is being recorded in mid-April 2020, in the middle of all the COVID-19 stuff. I have a kindergarten son who just this week learned that he will not be returning to school this year. And all these teachers, they had no warning whatsoever that their school years were going to be cut short and that they were going to have to be figuring out how to do this online now and virtually. And I know in the case of my son and his school, they are just doing a spectacular job. It's just so inspiring to see. And I'm seeing the same being reported all over the place. So, I mean, you talk about a field of workers that just stepped up and have just crushed it. The teachers are right there in that conversation, so you got to give them some credit. This episode is for them. All of the questions on this episode have to do with either school or teachers. The categories will be movies for round 1, music round 2, and television round 3. Thank you, teachers. Now, good luck. Let's play.
Round 1.
Round 1 is your movie round. Question number 1. What was the name of the character played by Arnold Schwarzenegger in Kindergarten Cop? Question 2. Name the character played by Mark Harmon in the 1987 comedy Summer School. Question 3. In what 1986 film did Sam Kinison play a college professor? Question 4. What was the name of Billy Madison's first grade teacher who would paint her face with paste and do strange interpretive dance when nobody was around? Question 5. What was the name of the teacher in Dazed and Confused who said, "Men, 50 of you are leaving on a mission. 25 of you ain't coming back"? What was his name? Question 6. The phrase, "Aloha, Mr. Hand," is in reference to what film? And question 7. Who played Mr. Holland in the 1995 movie Mr. Holland's Opus? That's going to do it for round number 1. Let's see how you did. Question 1. What was the name of the character played by Arnold Schwarzenegger in Kindergarten Cop? That's Detective John Kimball. John Kimball is certainly acceptable. Question 2. Name the character played by Mark Harmon in the 1987 comedy Summer School. Mr. Shoop, or Freddie Shoop. If you're a fan of the movie Summer School, check out my other show, The Odd Podcast with Joe Parisi, because Dean Cameron, who played Chainsaw in that movie, was a guest on one episode, and Gary Riley, who was his partner in crime on film, who played Dave in that movie, he was also in Stand By Me. He's been a guest on that show, so look it up, The Odd Podcast with Joe Parisi. Both fun guys to interview. Okay, back to it. Question 3, in what 1986 film did Sam Kinison play a college professor? That is Back to School, the Rodney Dangerfield movie. That was Sam's first film role. Question 4. What was the name of Billy Madison's first grade teacher who would paint her face with paste and do strange interpretive dance when no one was around? That is Miss Lippy. In 2016, there was a minor league baseball team called the Akron Rubber Ducks. They did a Miss Lippy bobblehead night, and they had the actress who played Miss Lippy on hand that night to meet the fans. Very cool. Question 5. What was the name of the teacher in Dazed and Confused who said, "Men, 50 of you are leaving on a mission. 25 of you ain't coming back"? That was Mr. Payne. Question 6. The phrase, "Aloha, Mr. Hand," is in reference to what film? Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Question 7. Who played Mr. Holland in the 1995 movie Mr. Holland's Opus? That is Richard Dreyfuss.
Round 2.
Round 2 is all about music. Question 1. Name the band behind the late 70s song Rock and Roll High School. Question 2. In 1972, this artist released a song called Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard. Name the artist. Question 3. Name the band behind the 1963 single Be True to Your School. Question 4. This spoken word song starts out with a man's voice saying, "Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 99, wear sunscreen." Name the artist behind this song. Question 5. Based off of Canon in D, the song Graduation, in parentheses, Friends Forever, was a modest hit in 1999 for this pop singer. Name the singer. Question 6. Coolio's song, Gangster's Paradise, appears in a 1995 school-based movie starring Michelle Pfeiffer. Name this movie. And question 7. In Back to the Future, Marty McFly and his band audition for a Battle of the Bands event that his school is holding, but they're told they're just too darn loud. What was the name of Marty's band? That's going to do it for round number 2. Let's check your answers. Question 1 was, name the band behind the late 70s song Rock and Roll High School. That's the Ramones. Question 2. In 1972, this artist released a song called Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard. Name the artist. That's Paul Simon. Question 3. Name the band behind the 1963 single Be True to Your School. The Beach Boys. Question 4. This spoken word song starts out with a man's voice saying, "Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 99, wear sunscreen." Name the artist behind this song. That is Baz Luhrmann. I completely love that song. It's based off of an essay that appeared in 1997 in the Chicago Sun-Times. Baz Luhrmann is who put this together. He's not the voice on it. The voice on it is actually a brilliant Australian voice actor named Lee Perry. Lee Perry's natural speaking voice very much sounds like a typical Australian voice. He was doing a character for that recording. He was doing an American-sounding character for that recording, and wow, did he ever pull it off. His actual speaking voice is much closer to Crocodile Dundee than what you hear on that recording. Question 5, another graduation song from that era, based off of Canon in D, the song Graduation, in parentheses, Friends Forever, was a modest hit in 1999 for this pop singer. Name the singer. Vitamin C. As someone who graduated high school in the year 1999, you could not escape that song in the summer that you graduated high school. Not a bad song whatsoever, though. Question 6. Coolio's song, Gangsta's Paradise, appears in a 1995 school-based movie starring Michelle Pfeiffer. Name this movie. Dangerous Minds. And question 7. In Back to the Future, Marty McFly and his band audition for a Battle of the Bands event that his school is holding. But they're told by Huey Lewis that they're just too darn loud. What was the name of Marty's band? The Pinheads.
Round 3.
Round 3 is a television round. Question 1. The show Good Morning Miss Bliss only lasted 13 episodes starting in 1988. When this show was canceled, it was retooled, a few characters stayed, a few left, and a few new ones came on board. What did this show then become? Question 2. On which show did Stephen Colbert play history teacher Chuck Noblett? Question 3. What show revolved around a teacher named Gabe Cotter? Question 4. Will Schuester is a TV teacher that was played by Matthew Morrison on what show? Question 5, another Back to the Future reference. In Back to the Future, Thomas Wilson played Biff Tannen. On what show did he play a gym teacher named Coach Fredericks? Question 6. Mr. Feeney was a teacher on what long-running sitcom? And question number 7. From the show Breaking Bad, name the school Walter White was a teacher at, where Walter Jr. and Jesse Pinkman attended as students. Name the school. And that's going to wrap up round number 3. Let's check your answers. Question 1. The show Good Morning Miss Bliss only lasted for 13 episodes starting in 1988. When the show was canceled, it was retooled, a few characters stayed, a few left, and a few new ones came on board. What did this show then become? Saved by the Bell. When that show went into syndication, they actually just kind of changed up the opening sequence of Good Morning Miss Bliss and changed it to Saved by the Bell. Question 2. On what show did Stephen Colbert play history teacher Chuck Noblett? That's Strangers with Candy. Question 3. What show revolved around a teacher named Gabe Cotter? That's Welcome Back, Cotter. Question 4. Will Schuester is a TV teacher that was played by Matthew Morrison on what show? Glee. Question 5. In Back to the Future, Thomas Wilson played Biff Tannen. On what show did he play a gym teacher named Coach Fredericks? Freaks and Geeks. Question 6. Mr. Feeney was a teacher on what long-running sitcom? Boy Meets World. And question 7. From the show Breaking Bad, name the school Walter White was a teacher at, where Walter Jr. and Jesse Pinkman attended as students. J.P. Wynn High School. How about that? My name's Joe Parisi. You've been listening and playing along with America's Pop Culture Trivia Show. You can reach me through my website, JoeParisiVoiceover.com for those of you in the St. Louis area when things get back up to normal. One of the things I do is I host and MC Trivia Night fundraising events all over town. If you are involved in one of these, putting one on for your school, your church, your VFW hall, whatever, I would love to talk to you about coming out and emceeing your event and reading all the questions and keeping the event moving and making some money for you guys. JoeParisiVoiceover.com is where you can reach me. Thanks so much for listening, guys. Take care of each other, and I will talk to you again real soon.
America's Pop Culture Trivia Show with Joe Parisi.